Well, for the first time after an actual game to kick off the season, hey, hello, and how are you, everybody? Dom Tibbetts, Matt Bove. Preseason game number 1 is in the books. Bills lose 34-25. I don't think the score even matters. We talked about it for the
Yeah.
actual news segment, man. I kind of forgot what the actual score was because this is all about performances, guys who stand out, staying healthy, which I think the Bills did relatively well. So
Yeah.
today, immediately jumping out,
hmm
talk about standouts. Who's somebody who just jumped out to you?
I feel like the easy answer is Tyrell Shavers. We'll
It's an easy one.
probably
It's a
get
good
to,
one, though.
yeah, it is a good one. We'll get to Tyrell Shavers. Defensively, there were a couple guys I liked. I thought Joey Bosa looked good. Now, it was only 2 possessions for the defense, but it was also Joey Bosa's first preseason game. He told us after in 6 or 7 years, which is pretty wild when you think about it that way. It just feels like he is finally competent, might not be a strong enough word, but a good running mate for Greg Rousseau. I
Yeah.
think they have needed that. That's what they were trying to get out of Von Miller. Then the injury happened. Then Von Miller was never the same. They need somebody opposite Greg Rousseau who can give them good starting reps. And I feel like Joey Bosa kind of flashed a little bit of what we can expect today, which is some power, some ability, a little bit extra juice on third down. I think those are all things they need. So I like Joey Bosa's game. Also likes Matt Milano's game.
Yeah.
He makes a big play on literally the Giants' first offensive play. It's a throw out into the flat to Tyrone Tracy Jr., tackles him for no gain. Those are the types of things you want to see from those types of guys.
Yeah, I'll add one on the defensive side of the ball because I think we kind of agree on who stood out. I also like Cam Lewis's game early
Yeah.
on, too. I thought Cam had a couple nice plays, a couple open field tackles, a couple pass breakups. Some other guys in the secondary, I think, had a really good, like Corey Couch. This is a random pull, right? But he had a nice one that stopped, I believe it was a third and about 4 or 5, and
Yeah.
he helped keep the Giants or by a 4th and 1, which made it a field goal game at that point. They kick the field goal, Bills go down and score, and then eventually
Yeah.
Shane Buechele loses the fumble. So, but overall, I thought there were some key performances there too. The thing that isn't necessarily a standout to me, it's more just like, hey, this is a preseason. I want to talk about it though. I don't know how serious this is, Matt, but this whole offseason we talked about Bills had trouble getting off the field,
Yeah.
third down. That was a case today.
Yeah, it
I
was.
don't know how much we need to read into it. I don't know how frustrated I should feel, how Bills fans should feel, but that was definitely something where I really felt like, and you saw it with the time of possession. I mean,
Yeah.
at one point, I looked up in the second quarter, the Giants had 18 minutes of possession and the Bills had 7. So they
Yeah.
were nearly doubling the amount of time of possession. I don't know how to read into that necessarily, too, but that's just something, at least to me, that stood out that maybe this team needs to start tweaking, which they can do during this preseason.
A little perspective. I don't disagree with anything that you're saying. I
Sure.
almost said I don't agree with anything.
Yeah,
I don't
I don't agree with
disagree.
anything you're
I
saying.
don't disagree with anything you're saying. Perspective is important. Last year, in this preseason opener in Orchard Park, we watched the Bills get punched in the mouth by the Chicago Bears. The Bears looked like a wagon, and the Bills looked like a
I
disaster.
said Caleb Williams was going to be a good
Right,
quarterback.
he might still be. The Bills went to the AFC Championship, and the Bears fired their head coach. So very different trajectories, and this is an important reminder that you don't take too much stock into the entire performance and the entire game plan, which is also why I asked McDermott after the game, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you game plan for a game like this? He said between 0 and 1 because he wants to intentionally see how his players react
Yeah.
and then slowly add game plan on top of that. So if they were game planning a ton and still got just ridiculously outplayed, there would be more reasons to be concerned.
It's a fair point.
But that's not really what happened, right? So
Right.
third down situational football. Get after the quarterback, but what are the defenses? Well, what are they trying to do? The screen passes, those were a mess. Those have continued to be a mess. So I don't want anybody to freak out. I'm not suggesting you were.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to be like, okay, it's the preseason. Take a chill pill for a little bit.
Yeah, I understand that. I the screen pass was another one too, where it's like, okay, perspective wise, this is just the first preseason game. I mean, they're literally Tommy DeVito's tearing up guys who, like, frankly, aren't going to.
Yeah, not even practice. Not even practice squad players.
Exactly. So I think that's important. Your word perspective is a big one there too. Special teams wise, I think just like a really fun story was just to see Ray Davis out there kicking the extra point in a real game situation. He was awesome. You were over by him, I think, during his post locker room press conference. He was just so funny to listen to, talking about like, hey, listen. Team gave me a chance to do this. We couldn't believe it went in. He said him and Brad Robbins had a moment that I can't say because we're on TV, but it was like a holy fill in the blank moment. Yeah, but I think that was a cool moment of that too. The backup quarterback battle is interesting because I think Mitch and Mike both had their kind of their down moments, but I also think like once the offense started to click a little bit with them, once they actually held onto the ball, got a first down in some of these drives, the longer sustained drives, Mitch had that really nice play at the end of the first half to Tyrell Shavers, probably the biggest splash play of the day.
Yeah.
Mike White came out a little rough, was leading guys out a little bit too far in the third quarter, but then he finds KJ Hamler on like a 4th and short, wide open look. Hit perfect touchdown pass right to him, open in the end zone. So I think if you had to like make that decision today, I still think it's Mitch Trubisky, and I still think it's Mitch Trubisky's job to lose. I don't think Mitch did anything today that clearly indicates he's going to be on the track to lose that. But I still think Mike White is going to be able to have his opportunities to keep making his case.
Well, my thing is they both threw 13 passes. Trubisky, though, was going against tougher competition, and I think that they were pretty comparable. And I thought Trubisky was the front runner anyway, so that's why I feel like Trubisky is going to win the job. I guess my question is, what are the plans for Shane Buechele, if anything? Because
to be Josh Allen's best friend.
Yeah, I get that, but I feel like if you're going to keep a quarterback in the practice squad, it should absolutely be Mike White. I don't know what happens with Trubisky, but in my head I'm thinking, okay, it's Josh Allen, it's Mitch Trubisky, and then they keep Mike White on the practice squad because I think they'd be able to get him there. And then if for some reason somebody takes him, then you just keep Buechele on the practice squad. It just doesn't feel like that is providing you with any upside at this point.
Well, the Bills got bailed out by it last year because he went on IR for that neck injury.
Exactly.
So this, and obviously we don't know how the rest of the preseason shakes out. But to your point, though, that's where the Bills got a little help with the Buechele situation.
Yeah, they had Ben DiNucci throwing passes in the preseason.
Oh my
finale.
God, what a
How
name.
about that poll?
Random guys who wore Bills jerseys,
Ben
right
DiNucci.
there, Ben DiNucci.
So we talked about that. I think Mitch Trubisky probably still a little bit of a leg up. Any other guy? Oh, you know what we should talk about? I was painting with a relatively broad brush about some of the guys who did impress me. It was a so-so day for Tre'Davious White. It was a so-so day. Now, it wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It wasn't, like, horrible. Stumbled a little bit on his first rep. They were targeting him a lot. He made a nice open field tackle, but also got beat on an open field tackle that led to a 4th and short that the Giants were then able to pick up. So it's once again, it's baby steps. He is their cornerback too. Without them game planning, I don't know how much stock I want to put into it, but it was not like a great or a perfectly clean first game back for Trevor.
And to be the opposite, the devil's advocate, it wasn't an egregious performance by Trey White
by
whatsoever. So I think you're going to be happy as Maxwell Harrison continues to get healthy and ramp him up. Eventually, and it could be very well into the first couple games of the season, I think he will lean in, become the cornerback two at this moment. But if you're going into the week 1 opener against the Ravens at this point, and you're probably leaning towards Tre'Davious White being there, he can continue to make his case to earn the starter reps, to stay in that position. I don't think he did anything today that deters you from that fact, but you're also just going to continue to get to see him more against other teams' best as we move forward in this preseason. So he'll be one it's not a position battle, but just something really close to monitor there too. Dane Jackson gets beat on the Jackson Dart touchdown pass. That's a tough play. He came back, made a nice play in the second half, but I think in terms of like the Dane Jackson rep, I think if Maxwell Harrison is healthy, Dane Jackson has a tough time making this team.
Yeah, I don't blame. Yeah, I don't think that's wrong.
I think just through injury, Dane Jackson's going to be here, and I think because the Bills know what they're going to get. They know where the floor is. They know where the ceiling is with Dane Jackson.
Yeah.
And that's why he's going to stick around here. On top of the fact that Harrison's injured, we'd be having a totally different talk, though, if we're talking about Harrison being out on the field.
They have a Dane Jackson and Jamarcus Ingram kind of dilemma that I think that they're going to find themselves in.
And it's like, who provides more value?
That's what I think. I don't know what they're going to go with. Yeah, I don't know. This one's going to be decided by the preseason.
Yeah.
The play you mentioned where Dane Jackson got beat, really nice rep from T.J. Sanders, their second-round pick, immediately got in the backfield, forced a quick throw from Dart. He still was able to make a great play, so shout out to him. Also thought Deion Walker had a couple nice reps today, had one that he deflected down to the ground. So he's so big.
Just up here.
Yeah, he's so big.
How do you get that over him,
I don't know, exactly.
It's crazy.
So I liked that rep from Deion Walker. Laviska Shenault was very involved today. I don't think he is going to be on the roster, but I think he did, some nice things to maybe stick around on the practice squad. Oh, and then we started with it, but like Tyrell Shavers is probably how we should close this out, because he really has just continued to make plays every time he has been asked.
He's made such a good case to be on the 53-man, and we had this same conversation, I think like 4 days ago. If you went back in a time machine, Matt, we had the same conversation, and we were like, Tyrell Shavers, at least last season, I feel like he had just enough where you're on that border conversation of how does he fit on this 53-man roster. It is really tough with this Curtis Samuel dilemma. I think that has a lot to do with how Shavers gets on or off this 53-man roster, but he's inching even closer now to making his
I think he
case
made it.
strongly for the 53 man.
Yeah.
And I think McDermott likes him. I think Joe Brady likes him. I know for a fact when I've talked to Keon Coleman this offseason during OTAs, when I did that sit down with Elijah Moore, and even a new guy like Elijah Moore, Tyrell Shavers is talked about so highly in that room. The guys absolutely love him. When he makes that big play, he's going off to the sideline. They're just all over him, showing him so much love and support.
Yeah.
It is a tough decision, but I'm kind of thinking the way you are right now.
Yeah.
I think if he had to like make that decision right now, some way, somehow, Tyrell Shavers gets onto the 53 man, and Sean McDermott alluded to the fact after today, maybe he gets on the special teams, and maybe that's how he could get a little bit more involved.
The name you brought up, Elijah Moore. I don't know if Elijah Moore is definitely on this team. I think he is, but I don't know if it's definite. And then the same thing about Curtis Samuel.
Yeah.
The money with Curtis Samuel is complicated, so maybe there'd potentially be a trade or something. If they keep 6 wide receivers, Tyrell Shavers is making the team. If they keep 5 wide receivers, 2 of these 3 players are making it. Elijah Moore, Curtis Samuel, Tyrell Shavers. So it's kind of a dealer's choice at that point. The Bills lose in their preseason opener 34-25 to the New York Giants. They are back at practice probably in a couple days, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in that range. They are leaving for Chicago on Thursday. They have a joint practice with the Bears on Friday, then preseason game number 2 in Chicago, Sunday night football. So we're going to be waiting all day for Sunday night preseason football.
Football.
Yeah, that is Dom Tibbetts. I am Matt Beauvais. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys soon.